Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Danielle's weekly book buzz. Um, I hope that you guys are doing well and staying safe and healthy. So I just wanted to come on today and show you guys some of the learning tools that my family has been using and that we have to help with supplementing the work that kids have to do at home. I know all different schools are doing all different things for kids to do work at home. Hi. So our school is not doing any live teaching. They're doing like Google Classroom. Teachers are recording some videos of them either reading books or like just talking to the kids a little bit to cheer them up. And then they're posting those on different platforms, but it's not live. So there's all different things that they're doing, but we're also supplementing with stuff at home. I mean, we are reading a ton of books. Alexandra is reading tons every day. She's having a lot of fun when it's nice out and it's not raining. She'll read outside in the front yard or in the backyard. She's making little areas that are nice and cozy, bringing out blankets and pillows and reading outside. So we've been reading a lot of books. I just finished the second Lightning Girl book, which is really good. I'm really enjoying that series. I can't wait for Alexandra to read it. They're nice thick books. They're like 300 pages long, and they're about a superhero who's she's 10 years old and she's a superhero, and she helps save the world. Her mom's also a superhero, but she just discovered her powers and she just discovered that she's a superhero and that her mom's a superhero. So, but she's a regular girl, a little klutzy at times, tripping over things, falling, things like that. But she's a really cool superhero, has helped foil some major plans from some really bad guys around where she lives. And she lives in just outside of London. So really fun, but we're enjoying reading a lot of different books. And but I wanted to show you some of the learning tools. I know I showed you certain things over the last few weeks. One being the learning palette. We love the learning palette. And just a reminder that the learning palette is still free online. So if you want to check that out, it's really fun. If you don't have the physical learning palette, the physical learning palette is available on my website, which is daniellebookbuzz.com. This one is the kindergarten starter set. So each set of cards has 12 cards, and they go in the learning palette. So you only need to get the palette itself once, and then you just use the cards. So, but this one I bought as a set, so it had the cards in it. You can get it just the palette by itself, and then buy the cards separately. But since I wanted the kindergarten set, I just got the kindergarten set, and then I bought the cards for Alexandra that are the multiplication with and division with 3 and 4 digits, and stuff like that. So really fun. I've showed you guys before, but I'll give you a quick look into it. So it has this little screw on top so you don't lose any of the pieces. It stays all set together. But to play with it, you take the cap off, and it has all of these discs. So each one, there's a solid color disc and one with a hole in it of each color. And then the cards are numbered. So this is card 1, and this one says what number comes next. So the light blue, it says 1, 2, and then there's the yellow. That way you use the yellow. Solid yellow is the answer, and then the answer is 3. So let me show you. So here, they're divided up. Some of them, the answers could be anywhere. But here, when you have the color, see this is blue and it has a blue line here that separates. The answers for these questions are in that section. So orange ones go from here to there. So 3, 4, 5. So you take the solid green and you'd put it here on the disc. And then when you're done and you turn it over, you know if your answers are right because this solid green matches up with that on the disc. And then these ones with the little holes are the ones with the holes in the middle. So really fun. These are really great. We got these when Mikey was in preschool and starting, always going to be doing his kindergarten placement and everything. So I feel like they really helped him a lot, and he continues to do them. And then there's all different levels, but there's math ones, there's reading comprehension ones, and if you do the one that's right now free on the website, there's all math and reading, tons of different cards you do, and you go and you place the little discs in the spot for the answer, and then you click the button and it tells you if they're correct or they're not correct. And these are self-correcting because you turn it over and then it gives you the answers. So really fun. It makes learning a game. Another, which is related, is the learning wrap-ups. So we have a bunch of the learning wrap-ups. We have mostly the math ones. So we have addition, which is green. We have subtraction, which is orange. We have multiplication, which is yellow. Division, whoops, almost dropped it. Division, which is blue. And then we also have fractions, which is also yellow. And then we have the states one, which is blue. So these two are the same color, but this one has blue writing, this one has red writing, and then these ones, the division and the states, are the same color. So, but these are really fun. They are self-correcting as well, similar to the learning palette. They're really, really fun. Obviously there's all the math ones. There's the states and stuff like that. There's also a whole set for music. And there's, like, I believe reading comprehension and all different ones. There's also a set for classrooms. So you get the big set that has like multiple of each one. So kids in classrooms can play with them and use them. So really fun. So let me just show you a few different ones. They're all the same concept. Okay, so it's got this long string that you wrap around, and it's got this little notch that you put the string in when you're done, okay? So each one has, I believe, 10 keys. So +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6, +7, +8, +9, +10. And same thing for addition, subtraction, the fractions and everything. But I'll show you a few different ones. The addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, you get the idea. If I show you one of them, they're all the same concept, just a different type of math. Okay, so what you do is you pick your key you want to do. You put the rest of them separately by itself. You hold on to the ones you're not using. And then here, I don't know if you can see, there's a little start notch right there. Okay, so then these are the numbers you start with. You have to do them in order. These are the numbers you start with, and then these are the answers. And you know what you're doing because here it says +2. So each one of these numbers, you're going to add 2. So 1 + 2 is 3. 7 + 2 is 9. 12 + 2 is 14. 6 + 2 is 8. So 8's down here. 2 + 2 is 4. 8 + 2 is 10. 4 + 2 is 6. 11 + 2 is 13. 3 + 2 is 5. 10 + 2 is 12. 5 + 2 is 7. 9 + 2 is 11. I thought I was missing one. Okay, and then you put it in the notch. So there you go. So now when you turn it over, if your answers are correct, then the lines are over these little ridges. So if you can see up here, there's these ridges. So they're raised. And if you are correct, it's going to cover those. So here you don't see any of the ridges. It's probably hard to see, but it's not hard to see in person. So you see right there, there's a ridge there, and then it's covered. If it was wrong, there would be a ridge that would be out and wasn't covered. So it's self-correcting, and you know that you're right or you're wrong. And it's cool because, like, there's one thing to do, like multiplication facts or whatever, which is obviously very important. But this is fun because they're not in order. So it's not like 2 × 2, 2 × 3, 2 × 4, you know. So really fun. A different way to drill those facts. It makes it like a game. Okay, so that's the concept of the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But I'll show you the fractions. So this one has a lot of different things. So this one says match the blue part of each shape to the fraction. So here, half is colored in. So you do half. Here is a third. So you find a third. And then when you turn it, if they're lined up. So same thing on this one. Match the fraction to the blue. Match the blue fraction to its equivalent. So it's showing, so this is a third, but then what else is a third? So fun way to do. Match the blue fractions to its equivalent. So 1 is what? Let's see. 2 over 2. Okay, and then a half is 2 over 4, or 2/4, you know. So, and so on. So match the equivalent fraction. You're reducing this one. Here we have name the blue fraction of each set. What fraction of each set is triangles? Adding fractions. Subtracting fractions. And then match the fractions to its decimal equivalent. So really cool, because fractions are hard sometimes. I think they're fun, but when you're first learning them, they're kind of hard. So this is a great way to practice. And then I'll show you the state one, because that one's different too. Okay, so the states. So here we have the state here, and then the capital here, and you have to match the state to its capital. And that goes on for a little bit, because 50 states, you know. And then here you have the state, the 2-letter abbreviation of the state, where you have to match it with the state. So we got AZ is Arizona, AR, Arkansas, and you wrap it up. Okay, so we got that. And that's the 2 things that are on here, because there's 50 states. So really fun way to learn your states and learn your state abbreviations, which is always something important to know. So that's the learning wrap-ups. And then when you're done, you just wrap them up and put it in the notch, so that way you keep it all together and tidy. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you, which is like a really, really awesome tool. Oh, and these are $9.99 each. The learning palette, I don't remember the exact price, but you can check it on the website, which is daniellebookbuzz.com, and it has the separate cards that you can get. So now my next thing that we're using with Mikey now, and he is loving this. This is to help kids learn how to read. This is My First Reading Library. Okay, so it has 50 books in it. Okay, so I believe, yeah, the set is $79.99 and has 50 books in it. So it's a really good price. So there's 50 books. The first 22 are from the Usborne very first reading. So this is My First Reading Library, but there's Usborne's very first reading set, and that's where the first 22 books are from. Then the next 12 books are taken from Usborne reading first reading level 1, and then the next 16 are reading level 2. So the first ones, your child takes first steps in reading with your help, following the phonics method in schools. Then the next 12, they are short stories for the kids to try reading themselves. And then the last 16 are slightly longer stories to build stamina and reading confidence. Okay, so as you can see on the colors, so this is the first set, the green. It's like a neon greeny color. And then we have the orange, and then they're like a lavenderish. I think it looks pink on the screen, but I'd say they're a little more purpley in real life. So now the green ones, you have 2 going up to levels, up to number 7. So 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, up to 7. And then 8 through 15 are individual. And then this is a level 1 reader, and then this is a level 2 reader. Okay, so just to show you in here, so level 1, this is Pirate Pat. Okay, so it's not like those boring stories that just have like 3 words on each page to teach kids how to read. And it shows you in the beginning of the page, in the beginning of the book, how to go about reading and what the process is. And then in the back, it gives you guidance notes, and it tells you the sounds that you're working on in this book. And the first 2 books have the same sound, and the next 2 books have the same sounds, and so on, to develop those sounds with your kids. Okay, so this is Pirate Pat. So in here, this is what the adult or person who can read reads. And then this is what the child is reading. So the night was cold, the sky was black, the windows rattled, and then the kid says tap, tap, tap. So they're working on their sounds and everything, but they're getting an actual story that's interesting and not just like trying to come up with a story that has just these sounds in it, you know? So So there's a decent amount of writing for the adults and then 3 words for the kids in this one. And then when you get to the end, it has puzzles. So look at the pictures together and try retelling the story. Why don't you talk about what they might all do next? And then puzzle 2, choose the right word. Is this Sam or sad? Is this a man or a map? Is this a pan or pat? Is this a pit or sit? And then you find the words that rhyme. Man and pan, pit and sit, map and tap, sad and mad. So, and then it has the answers and then that information I gave you about the helping kids read. So let's just show you. So now let's go to number 4. Okay, Bad Jack Fox. Okay, so as we go up, it's about the same with the amount for the parents to read, but then there's more words for the kid to read. So a little sentence instead of like 3 words. And this, like I told you, is number 4 in the first section. So now this is number 8. So there's only one of book 8. And now this one, it's all for the kid to read. Okay? So there's a lot more words here because they've been developing. They already read 16 books from the other levels because there's 2 of each level. So now on 8, you already read 16. We already read 14 books. And then you're up to book 8. So the moon is bright tonight. The attic fills with silver light. Jack cannot sleep. And so on. And then, oopsies. And then, again, it always has the puzzles at the back of every one. Match the words to the pictures. There's one wrong thing in the sentence below. What should they say? Jack cannot creep. Should be Jack cannot sleep, etc. Then rhyming words again. And here we're working on the sound, as in silver or better. Okay? So, and then when we get to the orange ones, to see inside, we have full little sentences for the kids to read. So that's orange with the puzzles, of course, at the end. But it doesn't have the guidance notes anymore. And then the purpley pinkish one at the end is a little bit longer. So there's all these. Okay, and these ones aren't numbered. They're just in that level, so there's no order for them. It's just because they're all level 2, so it doesn't matter which one you read first. But the beginning ones, you should be reading the 2 level 1s and then moving on to the 2 level 2s, etc. So this is really fun. Mikey's loving these. We've been working on them a lot, and we do like 1 or 2 books a day. And he's really enjoying them because they're cute little stories. We love the questions and the puzzles at the end. And it's really fun. Okay, so that's just a few things. One other thing I just want to mention, I did a video about them before, but I just wanted to mention them again, is the Usborne Key Skills Packs. These are really cool. This is the introductory pack. It has addition, subtraction, grammar and punctuation, and spelling. And they're all wipe cleans, and they each come with 2 markers. So, and then the intermediate is dividing, multiplying, grammar and punctuation and spelling, but at the intermediate level. And then the advanced one has fractions, telling time, grammar and punctuation and spelling, but at the advanced level. So really fun. These are $29.99 each. They're a great supplement to the work you're doing in school. They have the Ziploc type bag with the zipper, and they're a nice sturdy plastic here, so they won't rip, but it keeps your set all together. Okay, so hope you enjoyed these learning tools. If you have any questions about any of them, need any recommendations for sets on starting to help your kids learn how to read, or if they're struggling with math or any other subject, Usborne Books and More has tons and tons of really cool resources for learning. There's math encyclopedias, thesauruses, and a bunch of other stuff. If you need any help with anything, please let me know. I'm more than happy to give recommendations or help you out. Again, we went over the learning wrap-ups, we went over the learning palette, the My First Reading Library, which is really awesome, and the Usborne Key Skills Wipe Cleans. So these can all be found on my website, which is daniellebookbuzz.com, or if you need any storybooks or anything, or chapter books, because your kids need to be reading during this time and you might be running out of books because since you can't go to the library, let me know. I can help you with age recommendations and reading levels. Okay, so hope everybody has a great day. Passover and Easter are on their way. I believe Passover starts tonight. So happy Passover to those who celebrate and happy Easter to those who celebrate. Hope everybody is doing well, staying healthy, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.